I don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. And we go over and over and over again about on this show about Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. It's become repetitive, honestly, because to me, and Jabba, you know all about this, when you sit here and you watch bad football, there is nothing more to talk about. And for Aaron Rodgers to say or take no responsibility for anything that's going on with the New York Jets, especially on Sunday's game or in Sunday's game, it tells me one thing about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is not a team player. He is all about himself. He has thrown coaches under the bus over the last couple of months. Obviously, Robert Saleh, and that's why he doesn't have a job. Thank God he doesn't have a job. But the reason why Robert Saleh doesn't have a job, it had nothing to do with Woody Johnson. It had everything to do with Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers did not want him in that locker room anymore. And then Jeff Ulbrich standing there and kissing Aaron Rodgers' ass. You know why Jeff Ulbrich has a job right now, or still has a job right now, even though he's just a horrible, horrible head coach? If you look at the defense and where the defense was ranked when Bambi was there and where they're ranked now that Ulbrich has taken full charge of the defense, they went from one of the top 10 defenses in the league to one of the 20th or 21st right now in the NFL in all defensive yards and touchdowns and all that other stuff. He has been horrible ever since Bambi has left. So I know Jeff Ulbrich's going to go out there and kiss Aaron Rodgers' ass, because that's what everybody does. As we all know, Sauce Garner gave up on the season. For all the Jet fans out there saying that Sauce Garner is not a good defensive player, that's ridiculous. Obviously, you could see. Now, everybody says he's overrated. Ryan Clark stuck up for him recently when ESPN came out with something, and somebody or a bunch of reporters came out and said that he is an overrated corner. How could you be overrated when you're two-time first-team cornerback in the NFL? If you look at his statistics, this guy in the last 2 seasons was a top 3 corner in every single statistic. Does that make him overrated? No, it doesn't. Now, as far as this year, he's given up. A lot of these Jets have given up. They know the season is over. Devonte Adams yesterday after the game, when they were interviewing him, and they asked him, when you came here, did you think that this team was going to be as bad as they've been since you've been here? He said, I thought that this team was a borderline playoff team. Now, you think, or did you know? Because obviously you going over there and playing with Aaron Rodgers, you would have thought, hey, you know what? This automatically made the Jets a playoff contender. But ever since Devonte Adams has gone to the New York Jets, this offense has been a shell of itself. It really hasn't been anywhere close to as good as it was. And that's not saying much, but just think about it. The Jets offense was better when Devonte Adams wasn't there. That is scary. That to me is alarming. And it shows you, and I've said this many, many times, coaching in the NFL plays a big part of the success of an NFL football team. The most important position in football is not the quarterback. It's the coach. I've been saying that over and over and over again. Because if you look at Patrick Mahomes, and everybody looks at, well, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. If you look at his statistics in the last 2 seasons, is he the best quarterback in the NFL? The answer would be no. Why is Patrick Mahomes so successful? Because he has a winning culture over there with the Kansas City Chiefs. The head coach and Andy Reid has an understanding of his strengths and what his team's weaknesses are. And he understands that when he is playing specific teams, he doesn't need to throw Patrick Mahomes out there throwing 55, 60 throws a game. And that's the problem with the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers' problem right now as a New York Jet is he's throwing too much. He's forcing the ball into windows that he's never forced the ball in any part of his career. If you watched him on the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers was he was the most efficient quarterback in NFL history. If you look at his efficiency this year, it's one of the worst we've ever seen a Jets quarterback have. As a matter of fact, Zach Wilson's numbers were better at this time of year last year than Aaron Rodgers is right now. It says a lot about where Aaron Rodgers is. And maybe is Aaron Rodgers just given up on the season, or maybe he's not the same quarterback he once was. The problem right now pretty much lies here. Aaron Rodgers should retire. He should. But the New York Jets, as an organization, they've brought these veteran quarterbacks in all the time. Brett Favre, he was 8-3. He played the New England Patriots. He gets hurt. He was never the same quarterback. He showed pictures of his penis to a woman that worked for, as a press or whatever, an analyst. And that didn't come out after. But nevertheless, he did his things off the field, and the Jets kissed his ass. They gave him his own locker room. He gave him his own room to hang out. It doesn't work. Ask Russell Wilson when he went to the Broncos. Think about it. Russell Wilson yesterday had 400 yards. He hasn't thrown a 400-yard game in about 5 to 6 years. Okay? The last time he threw a 400-yard game was when he was in one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. He hasn't done that. Why is he playing so well right now? It's coaching. Mike Tomlin believes in Russell Wilson, and that means the team is going to believe in him. And if the team believes in him, then they're going to believe and Tomlin's going to put him in the best position to succeed. Right now, coaching is horrible for the New York Jets. Well, who was the last good coach the New York Jets have? And I don't want to hear. We had Price on the other day, okay? And he says Rex Ryan's a good coach. Rex Ryan took this team to 2 back-to-back AFC title games, okay? And everybody says that was a great team. Both teams, one team was 9-7, if I'm not mistaken, and the other team won 10 games, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. One of those teams shouldn't have made the playoffs. The only reason why they made the playoffs is because Peyton Manning did not play hard in that final game, which the Jets squeaked into the playoffs. They shouldn't have even been in the playoffs. And Rex Ryan is not a good coach. He's a subpar coach at best. The Jets have never had a good coach since Bill Parcells, who was there for what, 2 years? And then he ditched him, and he gave the reins to Bill Belichick, and he left within 24 hours. He went to the Patriots and won 6 goddamn Super Bowls.
Yeah, pretty much saying the rest is history.
Horrible. I don't want to talk about the Jets anymore. It's despicable. This team stinks. Aaron Rodgers, retire. This team, get rid of everybody. Start over. This team, all the talent in the world, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing to watch this team. How the hell do I watch this team week in, week out, Sunday, Monday, Thursday? I'm done with them. I'm done.
I don't like the fact that he doesn't accept accountability. If we suck, we suck. All right. You have the talent to be able to do it. The thing that bothers me too is you have to be able to accept the fact that you didn't play well and be able to articulate that in a way that you can. And when you can't do that and you want to put blame on everybody else, hey, I made a bad read or I didn't go through my progressions enough. Why can't you do that? There is never an issue. And we have beat it up. And mind you, we have great New York fans, and I know we have to talk about it, and I get it. And we talked about this off air. But I feel like every time we talk about the Jets, we're beating a dead horse because we're talking about the same thing. And at the end of the day, it is Aaron Rodgers retiring, getting him out. Is that the answer? Don't know. We don't really know what it is. Is Ulbrich blaming injuries and all the other stuff? Whatever. But what happens to all of this, when you lose the clubhouse, you lose everybody. And we've seen what's happened with guys just giving up and putting blame on other people and not taking what they should, whether it's fault or credit for what it is. And
this team is sinking. This team is sinking. I'm so done with this.
And it's done, yeah. And we don't need to keep talking about it.
I know, Chaba, and it gets brought up on the show all the time because we're here in New York. I'm done. I can't watch this anymore. I honestly, I've been an Eagles fan on the side as well for a very long time. This is why I root on the Eagles as long as I have for all these years. And Eagles sucked for years too. For many, many years. I just grew up a Donovan McNabb fan. He was my favorite player. But honestly, I can't sit and really argue about this anymore. This team is an embarrassment. Ownership, everybody wants to blame Woody Johnson. The owner has something to do with it, but it's not all him. These players are getting paid. Get on the friggin' football field and play the damn game. I'm tired of it. Aaron never had a problem playing the game. All of a sudden, he comes to New York and he has a problem playing the game. It's embarrassing. This is a joke. And then seeing him not even take responsibility after the game. Come on, dude. Are you going to tell me you're going to drink, smoke that Wayuso, whatever, ayahuasca, whatever that.
Ayahuasca.
And he's out there. He's on the Pat McAfee show and embarrassing himself, going out there and throwing the Jets a bone every single time he mentions their name. Honestly, and then you have Bill Belichick on the show. Bill Belichick loves this. He loves it. I know everybody says, would Bill Belichick take this job if he was offered him? Not a chance in hell. He hates the New York Jets. He loves the fact that the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, even though he loves Aaron Rodgers, he loves the fact that the Jets look so bad right now. No matter who comes here, it's going to be a complete embarrassment. Tom Brady can come out of retirement. If Tom Brady went, you see how Tom Brady won with the Buccaneers? If Tom Brady left the Patriots to go to the Jets, he wouldn't have even made the playoffs. That's it. That's the sad part of the New York Jets. It's an embarrassment. This organization should have honestly, Rex Ryan, you want to come here? Take over the team. Embarrass the team. I would rather watch a bunch of Circus Soleil people come through the tunnels. I mean, I'd rather see that than watch this garbage of a football game and garbage of a football team. It is embarrassing. Honestly, I'd rather be a Giant fan. As bad as the Giants look and the Jets have more talent, I'd rather be a Giants fan because at least the Giants have 4 Super Bowls and they've won 4 Super Bowls in the last 40 years. The Jets have won 1 in 53. It's embarrassing. It's an embarrassment of an organization.